Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you had a great week. If you can answer affirmatively to that, pat yourself on the back because it's been another big week. On these Friday videos, I focus on the planning and the importance of keeping your eye on the prize, the goals, and what we need to do to give you the best chance to achieve those goals. Is this impacted by 1 week in the market? I was speaking to a friend about this video, and he said, I can focus on the AI story and what's changed. And like I told him, I'm going to hold that till Monday, so please check back in there. I've spoken about this before. These Friday videos are to be really clear. We do not ignore the markets and what's going on, but we remain focused on the plan, the goals. I was reading another article this week that spoke about regrets they had in their financial plan before they joined the ranks of the FIRE movement. Now, you remember I've spoken about these before, these acronyms. This one is Financially Independent Retired Early. This happens in many different ways, and I'm not going to judge anyone who's in this group. Excuse me, I want to address these 3 things the author of the article wrote about as the regrets she made before retiring early. Now, let me be clear. I'm only using this as an example. I'm not judging this author, just using her words to help me make my point. This person retired at age 23. Now, it was due to injuries sustained in the military. Now, I'm really not sure there's any more noble explanation for that, and I'm unsure after reading the article exactly how she retired. But let me tell you, in her 23 years, she did 3 things she regretted. And I have to wonder, would she still write this about the regrets if she was 63 or 73 and not 23? Again, please remove the actual case of the injury because I think there are a lot of people who may do these 3 things. And I want to give an overall comment on them. The 3 things she pointed out as regrets in her 23 years before retirement. First, clipping coupons instead of spending money on leisure activities. Second, staying in instead of always going out and having fun. And finally, number 3, not exploring new hobbies when she had other peers to explore with her. So I want to deal with this as a concept, not as these 3 details of daily living and how to do them. Whether you're 23 or 73, retired early, sunsetting, or somewhere in between, there are decisions you have to make about your life and your lifestyle. Balance is the word I recommend you focus on. And as one video clip I recently saw said, don't always focus on immediate gratification. I know some of you will think at this point that that this topic as a whole is not important, but let me tell you, and you all know this if you think about it, just think about something. One of my amazing clients just attended the final Billy Joel concert in his residency in Madison Square Gardens. I was lucky enough to see one of those last year as well. Billy Joel reportedly made $2 million per concert, monthly, I might remind you, and that was when it started in 2014. The number is rumored to have moved to about $3 million per show due to price changes, and I'm sure that final show was much more than that. So let's just use this as an example and why what I'm talking about today is important. Most of us would say that $2 million a month, especially since 2014, would be enough, that we would not have to watch our money, certainly not clip coupons or stay in versus go out. But certainly, due to some issues he had with his ex-manager, IRS issues, and a few failed marriages, Billy Joel did have to watch things. Not like you or me probably, but as he said after suing his lawyer, he did have to pay attention. As I have told more than one of you, as we try to determine the goal in terms of income in retirement, we need to focus on something. It can be a moving target, but we need to focus on some number. As I tell you, I can tell you that I'll be able to generate maybe $1 million in income. And for some, that's great. And for some, if you have expenses of $1.5 million per year, that's a problem. I'm just using these big numbers to prove a point. I'm not suggesting that life in your 20s or even 30s, 40s, or 50s need to be about coupons and sacrifice. I'm saying that you need to know what you have and what you can spend and stick to that. A final note on this about the immediate gratification thing. This is a very common thing today, young and old, and I want to suggest that this is something you focus on. A possible delay in that satisfying purchase or that trip may help you better set yourself up financially to enjoy this event or the purchase. As I was told again this week, decisions we made in the past few years have put us in a position that I cannot sleep at night, and this is not okay. If you have some questions or want to go through some budgeting or planning techniques, please let me know. I do this all the time. Okay, since we're talking about things not to do, let's talk about solutions, not problems. I know that many of you are past the ages I'm about to talk about, 21, 25, and 30. But I think that many of you are also past the savings rate that I'm going to talk about. So let's start with the headline. If you put away $10 a day, it could help save you $1 million, but you have to start early. I want to use this to focus on the topic I've spoken to you about a lot, systematic investing. into retirement and other investments. Many of you are doing this already, 401k or other types of retirement plans you already have at work. This allows you to put away money from your paycheck monthly or sometimes twice a month when you're paid. So if you're doing this, great. If you still have excess cash at the end of every month, I want you to consider investing outside of that retirement plan, monthly, just like the retirement plan. The system can work. Let's go back to the article. Just $10 a day, $70 a week, $280 to $310 per month. This can add up. This is based on the work of none other than Albert Einstein, who's credited with saying that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Just quick numbers, and then we'll roll into the summer weekend. This savings rate is key. $10 per day may seem like too much or too little. I think that many of you can do much more than this, so please let's talk about that. Here is the outcome. Let's talk about the two other main factors, age and rate of return. So let's do the rate of return, and then we'll pin it to each age. Before we get into the outcome, I want to give you something to help gauge this. If you start at age 21, you should save about $158,000 by age 65. Starting at 25, you'll save about $144,000. At age 30, $126,000. And in line with the title of the article, if you get a 7% rate of return, if you start at age 21, it'll be over $1 million by age 65. Start at 25, it'll be $800,000, and age 30, over $550,000. If you think that's not aggressive enough for returns, let's do something a bit more exciting. How about a 9% rate of return? Starting at age 21, a bit over $2 million by age 65. Age 25, about $1.5 million. Age 30, still a respectable $900,000. All right, how about a more conservative approach? 5% per year. Age 21, $585,000. 25, $466,000. And 30, almost $350,000. Now, if those numbers are too much for you, just note the power of savings and the real power of doing it monthly or on some set schedule. As I've been talking to you about, and many of you are doing this, let's discuss it. If you have $300 per month or more that you can put away, the numbers are here. The payoff can be solid. I want to give you the disclaimer here. I am not suggesting that anything we do will guarantee the 5, 7, or 9% per year. I give these for educational purposes only. Okay, so as we go into another summer weekend, I want to focus you on the two things we spoke about today. First, balance and knowing your money is key. Another quote, this time attributed to Jerry Rice. Today I will do what others won't, so that tomorrow I will accomplish what others can't. This is going even more for the systematic savings rate as well. Just a small carve out for you or your children can make a huge difference. We'll discuss this and more as we meet and discuss how we can make the most of the remaining 5 months of this year. For now, have a great weekend. Come back Monday to get the market update. Once again, it looks like there will be a lot to report. Have a great weekend.